Hello, this is Professor BRB, and in this final video in our pen tool series, we'll draw this boat and these waves, and then I'll leave you on your own to complete the rest of the shapes. So please go to artboard number 4, Cloud, Boat, Waves, and Shell, and let's zoom in on the boat. And here we can see we have a combination of some shapes that can just be drawn very quickly, and some that are going to require some curve points and a little more detail. Now, these two mast shapes, I could just do them with the pen tool. I think it'd actually even be quicker to just use the rectangle tool in your object tools and just draw very narrow rectangles. Right there. And if I wanted those two to merge, it would be easy to just select them both and go to the Pathfinder and merge them, or we just make one shape. I could also have done that with the Shape Builder tool. And let's look at the sails. Now, these could be done with the pen tool, but I'm going to do them with a combination of the pen tool and the new curvature tool. So going to the pen tool, first I'm just going to set points here. 1, 2, here I'm going to hold my shift key to constrain this to level. 3, and 4. So with the curvature tool now, I can just grab this and drag it in. The curvature tool is really doing quite a few things for me here. What it did was, on the fly, it converted these previous square points that had no control handles into hinged corner points that did have control handles, and it placed a point here. So it really did a lot of things, and I now have these handles and I can use them for editing. This second sail is a little more complicated, and I think that I will just draw that with the pen tool. I think it's actually going to be easier. So I'm going to click and drag here. Click and drag. Click and drag. Click and drag, and now Option key to give me the curve, the corner point. And up here again, Option key, and drag up to match my curve. Little editing and we're good to go here. The little flag up here is very easy to make with the pen tool. Oops, a daisy. Just click, not click and drag. That's my mistake. And if you wanted to add a little bit of a curve to it, you could use the curvature tool if you wanted to give it a little extra shape. So back to the pen tool for the body of the ship now. Click, shift key rather, click, holding down the shift key, click, click. Now release the shift key, click and drag. Placing your point right down there. Click and drag. Now I have to go back and kill that point, because if I just go up here, I'm going to get a curve that I don't want. So click and click to close the path. A little bit of editing to do down here. And that looks pretty good. That was easy. Now, sometimes it's not always obvious just exactly how to click and drag and to place points. And that's why I made a little bit of a hint down here. And you can see in the instructions, it says to draw the waves with the pen tool, click and drag while holding down the shift key. And you'll kind of see why this is. If I click on this point and drag, if I hold down the shift key, it constrains the handle to either 0 degrees or 45 or 90. I just want it to stay at 0 degrees here. And then I have to release the Shift key because otherwise it won't let me put my point where I want it. So I have to release the Shift key. Click here again and then hold down the Shift key again. So you keep releasing and holding the Shift key. Release, hold the Shift key. Release Shift key, hold Shift key. Release Shift key, hold. Trying to find the high point or the low point of the curve. And you'll see that that gives you, oops, I have my Shift key down there. That gives you just a really great wavy kind of a shape with a minimum number of points. And of course, there's no point, there's no reason to do that whole thing all over again for the bottom. You can just grab it and hold down your Shift and Option keys and release your mouse before you release the Shift and Option keys. Go to your Direct Selection tool, select these 2 points, and just Command J. Or, if you want to use the menu, Object, Path, Join, or as you can see, Command J. So once you've made one wave, there's no reason to draw a second one. You just hold down your Shift and Option key and grab it with your selection tool. Or grab it with your selection tool and then hold down your Shift and Option key, actually. And release the selection tool first. And there you have your double wave pattern. So thank you very much for joining me in this Pen Tool Mastery series. It's up to you now to use your skills and draw the rest of these shapes, deciding when you're going to need certain kinds of points and where to place them. I've been working with Illustrator since 1988, and one constant in every version of Illustrator has been the pen tool, and I believe it's the heart and soul of Illustrator, and it's what makes vector drawing so useful. In any case, thanks for joining us, and good luck with your vector drawing.